Okay, Hari Om and good evening to everyone, all the viewers across the country, hopefully across the world. Welcome back. A very warm welcome to the In-Service Skill Enhancement Program presented by the VidyaDaan Foundation. I am Dr. Indira and I'm here to take you through the session. To begin with, about VidyaDaan. VidyaDaan Foundation is a non-profit transformative organization that focuses on empowering the children, youth, and women through education. With an unwavering commitment to fostering a brighter future, VidyaDaan is at the forefront of providing high-quality education in India, thus enabling the disadvantaged children to unlock the potential that is hidden in them. In order to enhance the quality of education, it also conducts teacher training programs. In the past, under the In-Service Skill Enhancement Program, we actually successfully and very successfully trained over 6,000 teachers. And we all know how important the continuous professional development or CPD is. NAP emphasizes on this for all educators. And every teacher is expected to participate in at least 50 hours of CPD every year. With this In-Service Skill Enhancement Program, popularly called as ISEP, we have a session scheduled every Saturday from 5 to 6 p.m. on the same YouTube link on our YouTube channel. And all our speakers are eminent educators who would be sharing their expertise with us on various relevant and very important pressing topics for us as educators. It is a specific note that educators who have successfully attended the program would be receiving a valid e-certificate that states that you have completed the 1 hour of training session. I'll be briefly informing you about the process later. But moving on, I would like to first introduce our speaker, Ms. Vipin Sharma, who is also an academic advisor for VidyaDaan. She is the ex-principal of Vidya Bharati Chinmay Vidyalaya, Jamshedpur, and she has conducted educational sessions for teachers for more than 10 years. She has conducted over 1,800 hours of training sessions, both online as well as online, in-house, as well as for the CBSE. She was awarded the National Award for Teachers by the Honorable President of India, Shri Pranab Mukherjee. She was also awarded the Chinmay Gaurav Award by Swami Tejomayananda ji and the Best Principal Award in the year 2011. So I won't speak any more about Madam. Madam would be conducting a session on art integration, which is a topic that is very close to my heart also. Over to you, ma'am. I wouldn't say the stage is yours. I would say the screen is all yours.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Indiraji. Thank you, audience, for being with me. Today's session is on art integration. Before I begin the session, I would like to say that NEP 2020 emphasizes the importance of innovative teaching methods with a specific mention of art integration as a transformation pedagogy. Normally, when we talk about art, we only think drawing, painting, this and that, and maximum a period of art in the timetable. It is not that. It is much, much, much more beyond that. As I said, art integration as a transformative pedagogy that nurtures creativity, encourages students to explore innovative ideas, express themselves. That is, art, and art, that is art integration. And art integration, as I said, is a concept-based teaching. Before I move further, I would like to talk about what is the aim of education. The aim of education is not to enable students to do well in lives, but how they lead outside school, that is important. Means we need to touch the aesthetics of children. We need to touch the divinity of children, and that is possible through art integrated education. It's to understand the world around us and the world within us, said Ken Robinson. World around us is the outside world. World within us is our own divinity, our own self-confidence, our own how we look at the world. So this is very, very important. And art gives us, you can see here, around how somebody is peeping through. So we can peep through inside everything by integrating art into education. It is not what you do for children, but what you have taught them to do for themselves that will make them successful human being. Or for making successful human being, it is very important to look at the art education with a different perspective. I will talk about the objectives. Objective is to create about multidimensional growth of students, physical, intellectual, cultural, moral, emotional, aesthetic, and scientific. That is holistic development. Art that is holistic as specified by NEP 2020 as well. For example, I can say a doctor, okay, who is very, very good in everything, but if he doesn't have the human touch, if he works mechanically, then it's different. So the art develops, that touch in the human heart. So this is very, very important. Okay, art education is, as I said, is an example of concept-based learning to strengthen communication, language, and numeracy skills. Using art integration is the objective of today's session and overall art integration to facilitate development of socio-emotional competencies alongside cognitive skills, supporting holistic personal growth. Not only that, to smoothen the path of synthesis of knowledge across different themes, subjects, and disciplines. How we can connect art to various subjects, that also I'm going to talk about. With an understanding of interdisciplinary connection through AIL. Okay, I have put the short form AIL, Art Integrated Learning, to promote inclusive practices rooted in respect, care, empathy, and compassion. Believe me, you will agree with me that real artists are different. But here, how to connect that? First, let us make art, important, and then how we can connect art to subjects. That is another aspect. To education through arts, with the arts, or art education. These three are different things. I'll talk about that. So to develop an understanding how to simplify complex concepts about art, enable integration of art in various aspects of life. Further, at foundational stage is very, very important. Okay, whatever children learn, I'll show you toward one of the slides. Will say how the child scribbles and how his mind works. Okay, and this makes me tell you, when the children are very, very small, let us give them, pen and paper, and let them do what they can scribble. That is important. It develops the mind. When they grow a little, they develop observation, thinking skills, exploration, and spontaneous expression. Make learning joyful while developing their social skills. I tell you, in the school, the students love most drawing teacher or art teacher, PT teacher, and librarian. These play a very specific role. But here, talking about the art, let us make learning joyful while developing this social skill. Experience of joy and inquisitiveness, enhance the cognitive process of learning through guided observation and exploration. Let us encourage them to be aware of environment. I can tell you, you ask any drawing teacher or any student, okay, child, you draw something. You will simply draw the mountain, river, and boat. And the boatman, whatever. But while drawing this, you just look into the mind. He's thinking of plants, he's thinking of trees, he's thinking of flow of water, and how we should connect this to our education, that it is not a simple drawing of mountains or sky or green plants or water, but how we can connect to education at various level. That is important. So through art it is a guided studies. What is IEL? A creative expression of an individual, can be verbal, written, or enactment. Art is a universal form of communication and, creative expression. There are two broad categories: visual arts of something tangible, such as drawing, painting. So art has two forms: visual and performing art. Although art is creative expression, but when we think of visual arts, we think in the time of drawing, sculpture, print, design, or clay modeling. You can think of that. When we talk of performing, that includes that can be viewed, heard, or performed, such as music, recital, a drama. You can keep on adding. Okay. Art education is a process. Important is art education is a process. And art education is the process that encourages sensory exploration. It provides a platform to work with ideas and materials to create expression. In a nutshell, you can say art is very, very expressive. It speaks of the mind, speaks of the character, speaks of the person. It has non-verbal expression, can be brought forth. So art education, a broader term, is inclusive of all the processes by which they are guided to express themselves. Tell a child to draw something, he will draw his father, his mother, little girl with two tails, okay, and his younger or elder brother, whatever. Okay, so that is the, but think what the child is thinking. Idea is to tap the thought process of that child. So art education is, very, very important for the development of the child. It inculcates value system. It inculcates inquiry system. That is real art education. Art education and art are two disciplines. It is a process and a product. As a child grows, so does the art. They don't try to copy the world around them as an adult would do. But just as we know, the development in a child from the time she is born and to turn, okay, until the womb, I can say, they walk independently. First, they can turn on the stomach, crawl, then they walk independently. In the same way, the art at various stages needs to be developed in a different way. So by implementing the package, the teachers, you should understand the scope and need of art integrated learning. Now, meaning of art, now this is here art integration of art as a medium of learning. This is very, very important. Now, art education and art integration are different. Art education is they can, express in the visual form and the other form, okay, written expressive form. But at the same time, when we talk of art integration, how art as a medium of learning, instead of studying art as a subject, in those schools there are two periods allotted for art class, not art education, art class, but art education has to be embedded in each and every subject, almost each and every period. So curricular goals and pedagogical framework and learning outcomes to be achieved at this stage primary. Now, art integration is a cross-curricular pedagogical approach that utilizes various forms of art. Okay, art integrated education will be embedded. This is a definition by NEP 2020. It also says not only for creating joyful learning in classrooms, but also imbibing Indian ethos. As I said, art is the best to imbibe ethos in the children. And this approach will strengthen the linkages between education and culture. This is NEP 2020. Now, these are the 4 stages. You must have got through that. These are the 4 stages. See, every stage has its value, and every stage must be dealt different way for art education, art integrated education. Okay. Effective schools, 3 to 5 years, they create an environment of action, tenderness, concern for other living, appreciation of good things, and 5 to 10 years, formative years, right time for the higher honorable value. And above that, they must develop their logical and analytical ability. How? That also I'll be telling through example. But at foundational stage, play, activity-based, discovery-based learning, languages, numbers, counting, colors, shapes, all these. You can see this is the idea is through art integration, we can develop this sort of traits in the children. Through art is to integration, the students use alternative ways of learning, maybe through dance, maybe through acting, maybe speaking, whatever. Okay, no, just 1 minute. Yeah. Art integration learning is a teaching learning model that nurtures creativity based on learning through the arts and with the art. See, values are process over the project. So you can say art is the process and integration is the product. That is the catch. Art is the process and what is the outcome? That is the product. So art is a medium of teaching learning, a key to understanding concept within a subject, and through the process of integration, the observation, exploration, the child will observe, he will explore, he will experiment, then he will express at a vital stage of learning. That is art integration. For that is what important is, based on learning through the arts and with the arts. Through the art, with the art is art integration. So this is very, very important. In simple terms, art education is the experience provided by the teacher. Sometimes a teacher gives them the freedom to explore the medium before the techniques. Okay, I give an example here. Suppose small children, they want to do something. Tell them to go out and look at the clouds. Okay, the child will come and say, okay, the cloud looks like an elephant. Someone say, no, no, it's white. Someone will say, no, no, it's moving. And tell them to draw, they will draw. When they go a little more, then you ask them, what is the outcome? Whatever you have learned, okay, what is the message? They will say, yes, it is looking, it is moving. Okay, then you correlate with the subject, how things are moving. You can correlate. So idea is let the children observe, explore, experiment, and then express. It is not one day process. I'm just giving you tips. You have to keep on thinking of examples. Okay, child and art. A child draws, paints, or creates an expression of total self where he expresses, okay, directly without fear. They become engrossed in the work. That product shows depth of their thinking and feeling. Child is not a child. Child is the seed of the man. Okay, we shouldn't undermine. The art of each child reflects her process of development, cognitive, affective, psychomotor. Remember the word CAP, CAP, CAP. Okay, CAPS for cognitive. Okay, that TAPS is creativity. Affective talks about emotional development, and psychomotor, he thinks of intelligence. He tries to differentiate, and psychology, he is affected. As I told you, let the child go out and look at the clouds. That is his emotional connector. Let him look at the beautiful plants in the garden. Let him look at the beautiful road even. So what? Okay, anything. Let the child identify the beauty in everything. That is artistic development. Okay. And then later he can connect to the subjects. As the child grows, so the heart. Learning outcomes, making art the basis of all education, make active learners and improve their cognitive abilities. The art helps in understanding and internalizing content in all areas of curriculum. I give a simple example. You can connect it to all the subjects. So art education as a curricular area and art as the basis of education is art integration. By implementing this, we can go for the holistic development of children. Okay. Next, art as a subject to art as a pedagogical approach. Art as a subject, two pairs drawing in the class. And as a subject is connecting it to various aspects. No. And art integration, learning through art that develops, as I said, all these skills, especially English language learners. Art activities help to develop and practice critical life skills like learning to focus, remembering instructions, prioritizing tasks. Enhance communication skills, language skills, and problem solving skills. How, when I talk about various subjects, that how you can integrate art, all these will be covered up. This should be a learning outcome. Enhances artistic skills in day-to-day activities. Learn inclusive practices of respect, care, empathy, compassion. Okay. Children can use alternative ways, dancing, acting, okay, visual art, performing art. Okay, you see performing art. They can dance, they can act, they can write, they can speak, they can draw. Both these are connected. And I mean, this is an example of both. It is an example of concept-based teaching and learning both. It offers a range of languages and symbol system, as I suggested. Remember, CAP domain, okay? CAP cognitive, affective, and P for psychomotor domains. Now, creativity, possibility, and wisdom. Creativity. Next is creativity, associated with divine powers. Creativity is vital for visual and performing. Important ABC. A, classroom transaction. B, peer group transaction you can see through. As I said, person. Who is the person? Teacher is the person. Process. Who is the process? What is the process through which they go? And product is the child's development. In other words, I can say creativity is associated with divine powers and means capacity to make something out of nothing. That's creativity, and that can be enhanced through arts. Okay, the role of creativity is very, very important in the 21st century. This not only 21st century, it's as per NEP 2020 as well. It will develop the self-confidence and high sensitivity. Believe me, creative people, children are dynamic, resourceful. Why? Because they tap their thinking skills. Okay. Now, importance. See, you can see a happy classroom over here. How happy they are. Importance. Art integrated learning for holistic development I spoke about enhances all-round development, a language of expression. There are three main domains I spoke about. Next, it sharpens faculties of all five senses, learning by doing, seeing, smelling, hearing, touching, tasting, encourages observation, motor activity. Why we should have art integration? Why we should have not only art but art integrated? Because of all these benefits. Okay. This conducive environment for learning, innovative way. You tell the children to do a work in the group. This is wonderful. They will develop all the skills which I have spoken about. They will be, enhancing these skills. The students develop knowledge in art form. They can use it authentically to demonstrate their understanding. Learning environment, art integration. The teacher leads his students in developing the sort of attitude, beliefs, and practices that would characterize a really good neighborhood. Integration classrooms feel like supportive neighborhoods. How? I tell you, if you tell the children to do any work for art integration, art and integration. Art is a medium. And through art integration, tell them to work in collaboration. And then you can develop in various aspects. They will do wonderful. Same topic at various levels. Primary, it will be different. Like I gave only one example of rain. Okay, it has different impact when they are in higher section. A little higher, a different impact. Like there is a gradual syllabus in school curriculum. Similarly, art integration, it can be same topic, but it has different levels at various sections. Okay, it encourages observation, motor activity, learning by doing you spoke about, fosters a lifelong love for learning, conducive environment for exploring complex concepts in innovative way, enhancing creativity. See, believe me, children are, look at the child, if you can see the slides, how they are creative. That you can also think of the teachers who are watching. This child is, busy. Not only he has cap, but he's showing his hands, all colored with chalk pieces. What the child is thinking, you ask the child. You can draw such pictures in the class and ask them what are they thinking. Okay, they can speak about the lines in the hand. They can speak about colors. They can speak about shapes. They also can talk about fingers. Why hands are important? See, it all depends on us that how we question the children. Okay, Swamiji said, children are not the vessels to be filled in, but a lamp to be lit. So let us ensure our teaching learning process through art integration. Creativity is, creativity is associated with divine power. Divinity is not to be given, that thou art. Sweet children, till the school age, they are interested in everything. They are persistent and ask lots of questions. Make original association using intellectual artistic skills. Get pleasure out of simple things. Tell them to go out and pull the grass. He will run, look for the grass, pulls out and comes to you. Then you tell him, what is this? What color is this? What are its uses? Why we should not pluck? And what is the difference in grass and the weed? See, the teacher had to give them a job and ask 1,000 questions. That is the homework we teachers need to do. Okay, you tell him to go and pluck. He's not afraid of possibility. He will go and run, get it. Okay, tell him to sing a song. They watch the movies. tell them to sing a song. In some of the movies, the hero jumps from the rooftop. He will jump from the bed and dance. I tell you. And then you ask him the questions. Idea is you need to frame questions to tap their creativity rather firing them. Let us tap their intellect. They are not inhibited like adults. They are not afraid of anything. They will do wonders. No, creativity makes them dynamic, daring, resourceful, hardworking, and independent. They express their thoughts and feelings, but a certain sort of atmosphere is needed to nurture their creativity. Okay, this is important. Okay, no doubt they accept and trust their own intuition, but there should be a guided work for that. Don't curb the creativity, but sometimes they need guidance. Who is the guide here? The teacher. The teacher needs to guide them. Relationship between art and craft. See, creativity, art and craft. Okay, what is relationship between art and craft? Craft is like make something useful and functional. Weaving like textiles, clay pot. You can think of some more what. This is not the end of everything. I've just quoted two examples. There are many craft work that you must be doing much more that. But art includes these skills, but goes beyond technical skills to imagination and spirituality, and then connect it to education. What is the aim of education? The aim of education is to educate the children. Okay, human approach, how they become good human beings. And there is the role of art and art integrated education. That will complete the package. That's why I'm emphasizing so much. Okay, art is very important. In imagination and spirituality means every child is divine. We need to tap and touch the divinity of the child. Swami Tejamanandaji said, don't teach the child, touch the child. When you touch the child, his qualities come out. It's very important. That is why art, and then come third, I have not mentioned, that is art integration, that how we can touch them. Creativity, how they learn. 10% of what they read, 20 what they hear, 30 what they see, 50 what they hear and read, and 70 what they say, 90 of what they do. So importance of hands-on experience, experiential learning plays. Let them experiment. Okay, so I should not say that. We had read in B.Ed that if a child touches the fire, unless we burn the hands, he will not learn. Now tell the child, create. How does a fire and what can happen if you touch it? Okay, why it is so, and what is the strength? Are you getting my point? Idea is for every aspect we need to talk about the strength and weakness as well. Weakness, don't touch it. Strength is, don't be fiery, but positive strength. Okay, be aggressively good. Gurudev said, be aggressively good. So when they go a little higher level, you can connect to that. So it's all up to us how we think and how we connect. Development goals are, it needs to have cognitive skill, emotional skill, social skill, all are necessary to become creative individuals and ultimately a good human being. Okay, this is very, very important. Yeah. Considerations through art. This is very close to my heart. Okay, art integrated studies, talk about content, pedagogy, and assessment. It has to be aligned with Panchkosha. Panchkosha is a keystone to Indian tradition. Planmay Kosha, physical development, what we should do for the physical, what activities rather we should plan for the physical development, what sort of creative activity we should plan for the physical development. It is not only running, but various aspects. Annamay Kosha. Pranamay Kosha is life energy. Teachers need to plan. Pranamay Kosha, life energy, what they make them enthusiastic, I should say rather. They should love coming to school. Manonmay Kosha, emotional and mental development. What we are planning for their mental development, that is through Manonmay Kosha. Vigyanmay Kosha is intellect. How to tap the intellect? Definitely intellect is higher. Mind is a seat of emotion. Let us guide children. Intellect means how they should differentiate. Look at the small little baby in the house. Okay, he will start scribbling on the walls. But when he goes to the school, the teacher says, "Oh, little boy, don't scribble on the desk. Write in the paper." How to tap the intellect? What is right? What is wrong? That is Vigyan Kosha. Anandamay Kosha is ethical development, how the child inculcates value system. And teacher is the role model, not the model. Teacher is the role model. How a teacher as a role model develops ethical in qualities in the children. And then it is a real bliss. We have tap, and all these need to be connected to art integration. You have to think on example. Give an example. Emotional. I'll just give one more example. Emotional. Tell the child to draw the pic of maybe teacher and the taught, father and son, maybe mother and son, mother and daughter, whatever. He will scribble, but think of emotional development. He feels attached. Oh my God, I have done this. He has used the intellect rightly. And then you develop. See, what is ethical development here? Love for the family. See, simple thing. So you have to keep on thinking. बताने से नहीं होगा. You have to keep on giving them examples and let them do it. Then it is a real bliss. So let us consider art integration through all these koshas, how we can go for physical development, parameter development, mind development, you can say, life energy. If you're mentally happy, wow, you can do wonders. So how we should tap the emotions, how to develop the ability to differentiate between right and wrong, and then that is the bliss. Please remember in the classroom, there are 3 T's. Transmission of teacher transmits the knowledge, okay, transaction of information, and then transformation into a human being. Okay, you tell them what to do. As I said, I'll give you one more example of raindrop. Okay, you give the knowledge, talk about raindrops, then give them information, allow the queries. You ask 1,000 questions, let them ask you 1,000 questions, and then everyone is satisfied. They are good human beings. Okay. Myths, there are some myths about creativity. Some people say creativity cannot be taught, but fact is everyone can think creatively. You can see also here. The children may say, no, ma'am, it's a ghost. Some may say, no, beautiful chakras. Some may say, but it's our own thought process. It is own perception. So you can draw anything, tell the child to predict, and then you connect it to the education. My children need to be good at studies, be creative. Many musicians and artists are exceptionally creative, but lack numerical intelligence. Okay. Many innovations have been done by school dropouts. The fact is, okay, children can be trained to avoid beaten tracks. No, this is art integration is away from the beaten track. We had never thought of art integration. Frankly speaking, this NEP 2020 had not only made us to really look into the art. Believe me, when I was a principal at Chinmaya, I made it a point in 2016 that there must be, art in the school has to be included as a subject. And art was introduced as a subject that changed the thought process of many. Believe me, we started with 7 students, now we have 40 plus. The idea is how the teacher has tapped the creativity of children, the mind, and they are really, really too good. I don't say others are not, but really art, when it is touched, so that is the, now they can be trained to avoid beaten track. Now, what is the now fact? Now we are introducing music as a subject, art as a subject, physical education as a subject. So that's it. So through art, we can go for the guided studies of art integration. Some say creativity needs intelligence. Neither are most creative people cleverer than their colleagues, nor are high IQ people necessarily creative. There's an emerging concept of, multiple intelligence. Strategies, yeah, this I'm going to talk about. What are the school environment? First, we need to create a school environment. Every child to be allowed to try all activities. Help them to find relevance, positive thinking to enhance learning, peer learning. See all these at various level. Some can be at the primary level, some can be at the middle level, some can be at the higher level. Peer learning, collaborative activities can be at higher level. Teachers are very important to develop creative. See, teachers are creative. They are curious, resourceful, empathetic, accepting, thinking, inspiring, visionary, experimental. The teachers need to be first creative. Then the teacher needs to develop creative children. Now, offering clear instruction, involve children in genuine and alternate tasks, kindle the jyoti. Okay, curiosity, know the uniqueness, and allow them to grow. encouraging purposeful outcome. That is, AIL, giving them time to incubate ideas, develop motivation, bring back the colors of creativity, help them to find personal relevance, valuing their talent. Let us value. Let the child scribble. You value this. Creating a finish friendly. See, this makes me tell you, when my children were small, I just put them into a drawing class so that they develop their various skills, motor. And the net result is they can do wonders. I tell you, even it is now this concept has been, making I mean, CBS has made it public to reach to public. So, but art was there, art is there, art will be there. Art integration it was there, but it was not that evolved. So art education is really very important to make children good human beings. Let them go beyond their immediate experience and observations. Conducting small inclusive activities, music, singing, playing instruments, action songs, music, allow them for that. Freedom to explore, experiment, and achieve color. I tell you, when there's a musical program, tell them, okay, you write lyrics on your own. Think how they will write. Music has a universal impact. There's no doubt. The national anthem, always sung in unison all over the country, all over the world. It's the pride of the nation. Of every nation has a different, uh, song too. So the magic of 7 notes, how the patterns are woven, and how 7 notes create magic. Ask the music teacher. Ask them what is dance. They will tell you. Dance is a movement that has rhythm and beauty. When the child looks into beauty, it understands everything. So exploration of self in terms of movement control and inner feeling leads to greater self-confidence. The element of coordinating steps with movement with various students and the friends, you can say, results in improved psychomotor. Okay, head and body coordination, wellness. Dance is an area where emotions can be expressed. The exercise, increased intake of oxygen results in better stamina and physical strength, and the coordination between a movement, step, and glance. See the beauty of dance. It is not only simple dance on the stage. No, it's a example of perfect coordination and total concentration. So how music is important. Okay. Now, activities to be integrated in a joyful manner without emphasizing the art form. Group activities can be for all, not only for simply concepts to arts. Music and songs I spoke about. Music is an art from whose medium is sound. We hear different types of sounds all around. They are all varied types: loud, soft, harsh, melodious. Tell them to pen it down. Sometimes show them the various, pics of various emotions. The type of sound which is pleasing to the ear has melody and rhythm, sur and ta. Beautiful. Dance and joy affects all three domains. Patriotic songs, as I said, fosters patriotism, emotion that comes from within. Songs during Olympic dance is a celebration of life. The national anthem already I spoke about. An eloquent expression of emotions that we discover as experience. That is why those who are good music, those who sing music, and अपने आप को देखिए, when you are in a good mood, you sing different song. Happy mood, you sing different song. Sad, it all affects the mind as well. Meaningful learning through experience, learning with 5 senses and feelings, like you can organize for field trips. A very simple example. Let the children, you take them for the field trips. When they come back, or local fairs or whatever, when they come back, let them pen it down their experience. Their mind is, totally changed. Their thought process changes. And the way they put up, wow, that's beautiful. Okay, Jadvi Pitara, you can look into Diksha website or circular dated 27 December 23. You can look into that. Effective lesson planning, planning time for AIL, instructional components and management classroom, resource material, about silos of subjects and about interdisciplinary approach. Display of artwork, museum, they show museum corner in the school, something different, you can talk about that. It is not the duty of art teacher, music teacher, or the, sports teacher to talk about this. All these need to be integrated into subjects. How? I will tell you. I have a little time, I will tell you. Okay. So blend different art forms in the process. You also check the circular number dated 12/23. Yeah, I spoke about. Practical and joyful activity. Collect different kind of science teachers, collect different kind of leaves, toys, flowers, pebbles, feathers, whatever, and tell them to place it. Tell them to leaves. Tell them to find out what sort of leaves are, what is the utility, what are how many kinds of leaves. Let them draw also. Let them pluck, then draw. During summer, I spoke about visit to places, and then idea is they need to come and pattern down from their point of view. The purpose of giving them enough time to think, imagine, explore, create, and express. Playway method. Some pedagogical strategies. A rainy day, okay, a rainy day. Produce sounds with the body and pretend to get wet in rain. ठीक है, छोटे बच्चों को take them out in the rain, let them imagine. Then when they grow a little, let them pretend to get wet in the rain and write the joy. Okay, let all stand and create sound while clapping with one finger, then two, three, four fingers, and finally five fingers. Lead them from one finger to five, and from five to one. Create of sound, sound of light rain to heavy rain, from heavy rain to light rain. They will enjoy, and once they enjoy, they love the subject. Okay, create then raindrop sounds. How it gives, sounds, raindrop, beautiful. Some pretend to enjoy that raindrop sounds. How can art be integrated language learning? When studying feelings like being angry, scared, happy, sad, they can be given magazines. Yeah, let them get the magazines, and they should be told to look for photographs of people who are sad, who are happy. Okay, they will come. These can be asked to relate an incident from their life. This can be done when they grow a little, when they go to higher class. Small children can just see the expressions. When they grow, tell them that what are the reasons, or relate with your life when you were sad, when you were happy. Idea is to tap the imagination of the child. Okay. Ask them celebration they enjoy. Tell them to create images. Okay. Like writing about what I love, about my grandmother, how I spent time with my grandfather. Let them write. Let the grandparents would feel delighted with the books and treasure them. After reading a story, tell them to draw a picture of their favorite character. Okay. Small children can be also told to, get the clay and write the names of their friends. They will love this. The idea is that how you can plan, how you can develop, all these depends on the teacher. Visualization. Picture something that children have never seen. Imagination. Tap them. I don't have time, otherwise I could have told you a story. Okay, I'll tell you. Small children, when the child is in class 1, the teacher says, okay, once upon a time, there was, there was a kingdom. Okay, and the way to enter, it had golden gates and precious pearls on this. Okay, the children simply what? He thinks, oh my God, and the fairy comes with a magic wand. Oh my God, there's a fairy in white, beautiful magic wand. When he grows a little more, okay, in class 6, he thinks, chalo, hum dekhte hain, where is the kingdom? He doesn't find. When he goes to class 10, he realizes that all these were done to tap the imagination. Sorry. Okay, idea is let us develop, then they develop artistic sense, depict abstract things, develop a story, host an imaginary figure, design creative classroom. You can have fairy tales I spoke about, wish to sing. Okay, my dear, you want to sing today? Come on and sing. You want to dance? Come on, dance and play. All these can be done. Listen, then speak, reading, lastly writing. Listen, speak, read, write. These are the various emotions basics for competency for English. Show pics and then let them identify. You have to, this is just an example. I'm just tapping you and you can think of various examples. Okay. Let children, they should be encouraged to imagine, create a story. You can have class and group. Okay. Class of 40. Okay. You can make a group of 10 each. Start a story. Let others in an imaginative way connect the story. Okay. Let them think critically. They can ask questions also. Idea is to explore. Okay. Work cooperatively and within groups. Appreciate points of view. experience different culture. You can tell them, okay, today we are going to talk about the culture of Jharkhand. I'm from Jamshedpur, so Jharkhand. Okay, let them plan. You plan for Bihar. You plan for North India. You plan for South India. Let them come up with different cultures and speak about that in the class. Sing, dance. They can sing, dance, clap in differently. As I said, they can celebrate Grandparents' Day, various moments, puppets and stories. Puppet is a good way of, teaching nowadays. It's good. It was not nowadays. It was earlier. This was going, but again, it is being revived. Mathematics, building skills needed for creativity in mathematics, practical skills, communication skills, learning skills, investigative skills, and then reasoning skills. Introduce them to music to understand beats, raising money and counting, puppet making shapes, poem recitation, ek titli, 1, 2, geometrical shapes in clay, paper, cardboard, mask making, drawing and pasting, collage, all these can be done for teaching mathematics. Let's take the example of making rangoli. I'll give you. Art integrated mathematics. We can connect rangoli with subjects, mathematics with art shapes. You can see various art shapes and colors. You can see puzzles. Let them start counting. Language through art. We can talk about colors. We can talk about shapes. We can also make a story. You also connect it like a labyrinth and let the child do a story. Attached to basic geographical, figures and talk to them. See, idea you can think on. Practical, like take an example of teaching of fraction. Instruct them. Make circles from the hardboard or let them take papers, draw and help them in cutting the shapes. They can cut the shape. They will never forget. How is the half? What is the 1/3 of the cycle? What is half? What is whole? Idea is to make them learn. Teach them fractions through this sort of, cutouts. It will be joyful learning. Connect maths with art. Activities such as tell the time, clock can be drawn or cut. String art and teach whole and half. It can be another way, not paper cutting. You can have string art, drawing and pasting, making of 2D and 3D, making a model such as abacus, watch, calendar. You can plan it out. Maintain a video diary throughout the year. This can be for senior students. Show them value-based films. Organize classroom art gallery walks by themes. Writers, leaders, scientists. Schools can plan. Okay, this week we are going to talk about leaders, India's, scientists, India's, then the world. So you can switch from local to India, national, and then to the world. All these three at various levels can be done. So organize creative ceremonies for winners, photo shoot, dress up party, all these you can plan. I've just given an example. For class 2, you can project making. Let them talk about the state. Tell them to collect all information about the state, traditional dishes of the place, traditional costumes, can perform folk dance, can sing a folk song, and many more things. By doing this art-based activity, they come to know about the state better. In a class, there are various students from various states. Fix up the states. First, you fix up the township. Then you fix the state, or you can go for district, then state, then India. All gradual. Okay. That video I spoke about, mask making, map recording, dramatization, model making, clay modeling. These are just few examples I'm giving. Family tree is very common. Arrange a fancy dress competition to win any animal or a bird, police or doctor, rainbow, any tree, whatever. By seeing them, students come to know about many concepts. Tell them to speak at least a few concepts, okay? At last 2-3 lines on everyone. It is not that they should dress up. Like, hey, when they dress in a police or a doctor, what is the role of a doctor? Police. When they're in class 1, it will be different. They will just speak 1 or 2 lines. When they grow, they'll talk about value system. When they go a little more, they'll talk about responsibility. So same thing at various levels can be staggered. Body of scientific knowledge built up through observation, investigation, experimentation, practical activity, you can see it can be, it develops the logical. This is very common in all the schools. All the schools are practical labs. That's good. Create mixed groups. Create learning groups with classmates with different interests and strengths. Shuffle groups. Flexibility in classroom layout. Encourage creative learning through an adaptable layout that can be easily reorganized. For group work, creating learning, independent work assignments. Give options, methods to demonstrate. Assignment should not be limited to one format. Let them do it. Let them be creative. It can be written essays, it can be posters, it can be dramatic performance, it can be documentary, it can be speech. Each student to reflect on the strengths and weaknesses. Set time-bound goals. Create plans and timelines to achieve targets. Retrospect on achievements for seniors. Flexibility, I spoke about that. New learning method, podcast, TED imparting lessons through internet, social media, but it should be under guidance of the teacher. Social media has, not much to explore. Let us guide our children, talk about its uses, misuses. Visualization, I spoke about, picture something that they have never seen, depict abstract thing, new language, and give a 10-line speech. Let the children develop a language and 10 lines speech. Post an imaginary meeting between two historical figures, all imagination. Let them think, let them explore, then they will grow. Design creative advertisement. This can be a part when they are in class 9, 10. Run an election campaign, can be in 10 and 11. Give practical suggestion. Okay. Maintain a video diary throughout the year. Do a book review. Classroom art gallery I spoke about. Provide advanced students with stretch goals for creativity. A goal is given, but with a complete freedom on how to achieve it. Example, publish a book. Carry out 100-day project. Something creative every day for 100 days and document it. Can be a task for the senior students. Let them do it. Okay. Joyful learning. Let us make the learning joyful and happy learning. 1 minute. Yes. Yeah. Here. Just a minute. Hello. I'll call up a little later. Okay. I'm just taking a session. Okay. I'll be calling you. Okay. Chalo, bye. No, sorry, I had to answer the call. Scribbling as developmental process. 3 types of scribbling a child engages. Disordered scribbling, controlled scribbling, names, scribble, all these. Scribbling, importance of scribbling. A child makes random marks on the surface. These lines change in length and direction. He's not attempting to draw something that is his in the environment, just moving her arm over the surface. Okay. Control scribbling, as motor skills improve, he gains control, begins to see relationship between arms, motions, and marks she makes, able to draw circles and maybe geometrical shapes. Okay, lines may be repeated with a great deal of vigor. It doesn't take her crayons off the paper. Okay, now when he grows, he starts naming the scribbling. Okay, and I tell you, you just preserve the scribbling of children. Tell the parents to let them scribble, let them preserve. When they grow, they will have a different concept altogether. The child's thinking changes and he sees a relationship between motions and the environment. The scribbles may seem unrecognizable to an adult, but they have a meaning for the child. He spends more time scribbling. Sometimes she talks to herself while scribbling. See, the child talks. Have you seen a small little baby talking? 3 years, 4 years? Yes, scribble. He will do. Here, I'll just show you a video. Look at the child. See how beautiful, beautiful. No, the colors. Colors play a subordinate role in scribbling. Research shows that children use color in a sequential order. There is no emotional reason behind the choice of the color. A little relationship between color and the object. All these when they grow a little more. Okay. Criticizing a child's view is not correct. Children raised a visually enriched atmosphere develop faster. Interaction between the child and the environment needs to be increased. A study found that children who are easily distracted had parents who offer ready-made solution. That is why important is to tap the creativity of children. Okay, a teacher can provide alternate suggestions, give encouragement, make the child feel comfortable. Okay, direct relationship between a child's scribbles and how she relates is important. If a child seems to be repeating herself, it's a sign of low confidence. Okay, so it's up to us. Let us not discard anything. Let us appreciate the child. There are some impediments to the creativity. I'll just complete the session. Please be with me. Worldwide curriculum changes, radical changes occurring in the world, increased needing of flexibility to change, increased social inequality, declining ethical values. Younger generation is vibrant but insecure. So demand for conformity. All parents want their children to become doctors, engineers, and executives. Excessive emphasis on exams and results that leads to teachers becoming mechanical dispensers of content. No, no. That is why art integrated education is important. Let us not pressurize them. Formative years are not utilized to nurture. Right from nursery, they start learning one, two, three. What is this? No. Let us be sensitive. Nowadays, focus on market-driven knowledge. This school is doing so much, I should do that. No. Let us look at the child who is so sweet, so small, like a clean slate. Let us divergent thinking is neglected. Let us see the I showed you how the girl is scribbling. Beautiful. If teachers are unwilling to grow, they become poor change makers. Apathy to continuous growth, not staying relevant by constant learning, lack of professionalism, low motivation. Let us be sensitive to linguistic, cultural, socioeconomic diversity of children. Let us adapt classroom activities. This all depends on the teachers. Parents' apprehension. Parents need to be educated vertical linkages of the subject. What matters the most is clarity and conviction of the teachers and head of the school. The rest of it is a matter of sincere dialogue. Parents can support if they know the future implications. Be sensitive to linguistic, sorry, I'll go back. Be sensitive to linguistic, cultural, and economic diversity, addressing time and space constraints through diverse lesson planning. Training of teachers need to be effective utilization of different art forms. Okay. Now, teacher role. We must love students, classrooms to have atmosphere of freedom and positivity. See, a simple example, you can see this out in this slide itself, the clay work. You can talk to children, importance of play, what is happening, and how are the children. They should be taught discipline and value system from both the sides. From outside, a teacher needs to be harsh, but from inside, the teacher is shaping the future of the child. All these we can talk about that. Activity should promote experiential learning. Teachers to use technology. Discipline to be non-threatening. डांटना नहीं है. It should be non-threatening, non-judgmental, no punishments. It inhibits free thinking. Reward should be used with great sensitivity, as instinct motivation is more important for creativity. They should be trained in the stages of creative process: inspiration, clarification, distillation, perspiration, evaluation, incubation. This is our responsibility. Supportive home environment, schools to provide opportunities for visits to park, zoo, temple, wide range of activities. Idea is to divide activity, not necessary that all subjects are related. Where it is possible, pick up the subject, relate to art, okay, how it affects them. I have given you some examples. Schools to develop. A 5-step learning is Aditi, communication, practice, application, and expansion. Aditi address Abhyas Prayog Prasar. Assessment tools and process to be designed so that a natural extension of learning experience create positive assessment environment. Now, nowadays, example, no pass fail. Okay, let it be assessment. Let us bring out the inner potentiality of the child. Let us tap them. Equal opportunity, non-judgmental. Assessment to be seen as a continuous process. Okay, not as the marks. Appropriate method observation. Let us observe the child and mark. Use checklist event recording, and sampling involve all three domains. CAP, remember the word CAP. Document, communicate, assessment. Any problem in the child, call the parent, try to correct them. It is not that we should be judgmental every time. Okay, the connection between learning outcomes and assessment be clear and precise. Conclusion. I'll show a video as conclusion.
You're the leader. It's on you. You didn't pick leadership. It picked you. You're called for this. Break out of your shell. You have what it takes. You were born with it. It's in you. A seed. Water it. Embrace it. Invest in your success. Study leadership. Read books. Watch videos. Listen to podcasts. Create your leadership brand. Then live that brand every day. Make a massively positive impact on your team. Love your team. Pour into your team. Lead them. They don't want a manager. They want a leader, a heroic figure, a role model. Be that. Build a championship team. See the potential in every person. Pull it out of them. Coach them. Inspire them. Teach them. Demand excellence from them. And all along the way, be the example. You set the tone. You cast the vision. You bring the attitude, effort, and energy. So start moving. No regrets. They will follow you. Make the culture your number one priority. It's your performance environment. It's what provides the energy and passion needed to fulfill your plan and achieve your mission, to make your vision a reality. If you invest in the culture, the performance will follow. Championship leaders build championship teams that drive championship performance. Focus on the culture and execution of your team in order to capture the dream. You're the leader. It's on you.
So, teachers are the leaders, it's on you. As Gurudev said, divinity is not to be given that thou art. But before I close, I would like to say that integration of arts with other subjects does not mean, okay, that only art method. It has to be integrated. The purpose of focusing on art integration is giving them enough time to think, imagine, explore, construct, create, express, and verify. Effort should be made to integrate different art forms, not focus on one art form. Okay, but on different art forms. So subjects as languages, social studies, sciences, mathematics can be made to correlate with art. And believe me, Swami Chinmaya Upanishad said, divinity is not to be given that thou art. Each and every child is a divine. Let us tap the divinity. You can show these simple four, bottles, bulbs in the class and ask them. They will different answers. Idea is to tap the creativity. Thank you for being with me. Thank you so much. Any questions you can put in the chat box or aloud can ask.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. We do have a lot of comments. Usha Madhusudanan ma'am says that children are not vessels to be filled, but lamp to be lit.
Yes, very correct. Very correct.
And Akhila ma'am says, as a classical dancer, she completely agrees with your opinion. In fact, one interesting small note that I'm also a classical dancer, and I learned math through dance. So, so completely I can relate to integrating art. Thank you so much for the lovely session, ma'am. And as far as the certificates are concerned, now we'll be sharing a questionnaire based on today's content. It's a small quiz based on today's session. And all those who get a score of 7 and above, I repeat, those who get a score of 7 and above would be eligible for the e-certificate. The Google form link for the MCQs has to be filled in before you leave the meeting. Okay. Also, there's a small fee attached to the e-certificate. There's a small fee of 100 rupees. And upon payment, you would be getting the certificate via WhatsApp within 7 working days. All right. So thank you so much, Vipin ma'am. And it was a really insightful session. Yes, my takeaway was about the kosha, panchakosha. And of course, I enjoyed the session thoroughly, all in all. And participants, I request all of you to not leave the meeting. The questionnaire has been shared in the comment section. Please fill it and do the needful. In case you do not receive your e-certificate, please mail us on VidyaDaan trainings. That is VIDYADAAN trainings, TRAININGS @gmail.com. Along with your name, school name, topic of session, WhatsApp number, and the session number. Today's session number is 004. Thank you. See you all next Saturday.
Thank you. Hari
Same
Om to
time.
everyone. But
Hari Om.
I think I had to rush through because of my points, what to do.
Oh,
I
no
wanted to
problem.
convey everything. Thank you, participants.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Vidyadan.
Thank